Hey, what's up guys? Zaire Williams here again with Exclusive Media. Just wanted to take some time to discuss the importance of brand credibility. I know in these videos and myself and what we're building at Exclusive, we really discuss the idea of building a powerful brand and a strong brand, but really what does that mean? When we do talk about brand building, we really are talking about building that personality behind that brand, but more importantly, the credibility and the reputation that you have with your customers. So first things first, what is brand credibility, right? When I was talking to my team, the first thing that came to mind for me was street cred, right? If you're walking around and you have good street cred, people around you, whether they know you real personally or not, they have an idea of who you are and either trust you or don't trust you, right? Based on what that street cred is. It's very similar with your brand credibility. How do customers perceive your business and what's the tone and feeling that they have when they experience your brand? That really will help define your brand credibility. So in this video, we're gonna talk about different ways that you can build your brand credibility, some tricks of the trade in doing that, and why it's really important for your product and your business to make sure that you're paying attention to these things. Okay, so back to the comparison between street credibility and brand credibility, right? When you're thinking of your street cred, what does that mean? You have a good reputation, right? You deliver a solid product, right? A trustworthy product, right? The people around you trust you. They believe in what you're doing, right? And you're true to who you are. There isn't any fakeness around you, right? Take those same principles from street cred and you can apply that to a brand cred, your brand credibility, right? Do your customers trust you? Do your people who work with you and interact with you every day believe what you're saying in that mission statement, right? Are you authentic to that? Those are all crucial parts of your brand credibility that you want to continue to iterate and relay to your customers. So the first step in building your brand's credibility is similar to just building your brand strategy, your brand mission, right? Who are you? What are you about? Again, comparison with street cred, that's who you are as a person, right? So you don't necessarily have to think about that or define that, but a business is different. You want to make sure that you define who you are, what you want to be about, how you want to interact, and then build that credibility, build that loyalty based off of that baseline of that mission that you've identified early on. Now, the difference between a business and a person, right? Interacting with a person every day, having those conversations, that's really what influences a person's understanding of who they are, right? I talk to you every day. I see you a couple of times a week. I have a better understanding of who you are and my relationship with you. With a brand, it's a little different, right? People aren't always interacting with your brand every day, and that's where content comes in. Publishing content is your opportunity to highlight who your brand is and be authentic to that. The more you do that, the more people understand what your brand is about, and the more you're able to build brand credibility. So the consistency is across the board. Not only do you want to publish content consistently, but you want to be consistent with the delivery of your products, with how you communicate with your customers, right? Any fluctuation in that is going to hurt your brand credibility. So when you're posting this consistent content, I want you to always be aware of the feedback that you get when you're posting it. Yes, you want to be consistent to that brand mission that you've identified, that story, but if you're getting responses either on product or sales or however you're running your business, right? You want to use that and listen to your customers. The more you listen and you apply what's being heard to your business, that also helps build your brand credibility. There isn't anything wrong with getting bad reviews. It's really just like how you respond to those, right? I'm not gonna say go out there and try to do something to get the bad review, but you're building a business. People are gonna have different perceptions and understanding of what that is. So if you listen to that feedback and adjust, it builds your credibility in two ways. One, it shows that you're willing to listen, but also it just shows that you're vulnerable, right? You're not trying to be the know-it-all. You're saying, okay, look, I'm here to help you, right? Am I not helping you? Okay, how can I get better? That's what really helps you build your brand credibility. Show that. So as you're doing these things to build your brand credibility, right, I just want you to understand, I'm talking about how you can do this using digital, right? So a lot of this is your social posting, the blogs you post, the emails you send, right? That consistency in that content and the language in that is what's really important. Here's a few other tricks that you can add to your digital marketing strategy to amplify that brand credibility and really show people who you are. The first one is using testimonials, right? Just ask your customers, hey, how do you feel about me, right? What's the experience been for you? Take those good reviews, put it out there. You get some bad reviews, it might not be a bad idea to identify one or two and say, okay, we heard this is what we've heard from you is is something that you want us to get better at, and this is what we're doing to address that, right? Same idea as before, where you're showing your vulnerability and you're saying, look, I'm here to help you. Another way that you can build your brand credibility is by hosting events, right? A lot of people in this digital space are behind a computer all the time, but that face-to-face interaction still is super important. All good brands have a face behind the name. Tesla, VaynerMedia, Apple, you know the person behind that, and you can connect with that brand, and that helps build that brand credibility. So those are just a few tips that I've learned in my years of executing digital marketing and building brands, right? That can help you build your brand and build real brand credibility for your customers.